Jarv, obviously coming back in today off the back of Saturday's game. I mean, first off, just how are you and the rest of the boys sort of feeling after the weekend?
Yeah, I think the atmosphere is good. I think it was a good point considering we were 1-0 down. I think frustrating at some points because we were quite dominant through the game and we thought we could have won it, but take the point, play Altrincham next and try and get the win.
Yeah, and yourself, obviously coming on, getting your first minutes off the bench in the second half. I mean, how did it feel for you just to be back out there on the pitch in a competitive game?
It was a relief and it was just exciting to be back involved, coming off the bench and get my first minutes for Gateshead, and thankfully got the goal, which was really nice. But just being back fit and being in and around it and just being able to actually get on the pitch is just, it feels great.
Yeah, and you speak on the goal there, obviously not a bad one to start your Gateshead career off to, but I mean, I suppose you're cutting it on your right there, was it always a thought in your head to hit, or was it just a bit of space opened up that you decided to just go for it?
I think it was just a bit of space that just opened up, and then I thought, why not? But any goal's a goal, and it would have been lovely to score any type of goal, but it was an added bonus that it was a good one. But no, any goal's a good goal to score on your debut, but either way, it doesn't mean that much because we've got to go again this week and try and get 3 points against Altrincham and hopefully a better result there.
Yeah, and coming off the bench, obviously 1-0 down at that point for sort of back half an hour or so of the game. I mean, are you the type of person who sort of puts pressure on yourself in that situation to try and be the person that makes the difference, or do you prefer to keep things sort of relaxed and not overthink it too much?
I don't think you overthink it. I think it's more of an excitement thing. I think you're excited because you're watching the game, you sat there watching the game and you're thinking how you could probably impact the game personally, and like you go on and you try. It's quite hard coming on because the lads are already up to full intensity and they've been running around, they're warm, they're the intensity, you don't realise how quick it is coming on, and like you come on and it's a bit of a shock to the system and then you just got to try and hit the ground running kind of thing. So but you're watching from the sidelines and you do look and see how you could probably affect the game in here, and you're thinking I could probably help out here.
Yeah, and looking at tomorrow back home again against Altrincham, of course, I think in terms of possession stats, I think they're 4th or 5th in the league for possession for, so a team that like to keep it, so a bit of a different proposition to Saturday against Eastleigh, I suppose. But how are you looking forward to that one?
I mean, yeah, we're all looking forward to it. It'll be a good test, completely different test as well. They try and play football. They're more like us. They're like a Notts County Gateshead team. They do try and play football, whereas some of the teams we've come up against recently don't really try and play. They just try and bully teams and go long, and I mean that's effective in this league. But it'll be a good test for us, and I think it'll be a good game of football to watch.
Does that sort of change the way you perhaps approach things as a player when you're playing against a team that are keeping it on the deck, trying to pass it around, as opposed to, like you say, a more direct team like your last couple of games, or do things sort of stay the same for you? I
think I don't know, I can't speak for everyone else, but I think it always stays the same. I think we've got our systems put in place here. Mike and Bust, I've got all the systems they've put in place, and we just play to those systems. We play to that shape, and it works. It does work. So I think you don't try and come away from the script. You just do your part, and I think as you've seen, we dominate games. We do dominate games. It's just that little thing that we just need to click, and then I think we'll go on a really good run.
And for you personally, obviously you mentioned getting your first minutes of the weekend. I mean, how are you feeling on a personal note, fitness-wise, and everything, looking ahead to tomorrow and potentially being involved again?
Yeah, I'm excited again. I feel great. My legs feel great. The quad's healed up now fully. So I think it's just more of a case of getting some more minutes under my belt and stuff where I can, and just trying to get back into full fitness and full playing fitness and just enjoying my football really.